And of course, it only records my information and my images and such. So you remain completely anonymous in these recordings. And I guess my first inquiry, the first question will be, how are you doing? What you feeling? What's bubbling around inside of you? Of all the different ways that you could feel, of all the experiences that you could have, which ones are you harboring right now? No rush. The beauty of Sunday, timeless. We want to escape the prison of time. It's the vice that it has on us. Let's go timeless together. Good. Another way to go in, of course, is to follow our breath. Just take unconscious breath and bring it to the surface. Notice your breathing. You don't have to change it or make it weird or spiritual. Just notice you're a breathing critter and feel your feels. This simple magic will work its mystery on us. Plus, you're gathered with other souls of like mind. That's very powerful. It increases our attraction. And perhaps we can breathe down towards our belly now, make a meditation out of the rise and the fall of our belly button. If you have a pressing concern or dilemma or worry or situation, a willingness to just take our hands off it, turn it over to that which can resolve it. If we would have solved it by now, we would. Sink into the floor, surrender to gravity. We're always opposing gravity. We can surrender. Breathing, feeling, calming, empty, getting out of our own way. If you just joined in, we're on the back, just chilling. Two more minutes on the back, and then we'll do something else. Life is 100 million consecutive moments of now. Notice the perfect correlation between the quality of your breath and the nature of your emotion. Feel how they're two sides of the same coin. Okay, now we're going to say the great prayer of acceptance, if we're willing. And the prayer is, I accept exactly who I am, where I am, and what I have right here, right now, exactly the way that it is. Okay, then if you prayed that powerful prayer with me, we will take the biggest inhale of our whole life so far, a giant inhale, encompassing your whole life, your whole narrative, all those feelings, memories, sensations. Inhale. Exhale, let them all go. Pull the plug, empty out, and let's just be empty vessels for a few moments. The space for new things. It's good to empty out. It's good to make room for new patterns, new adventures, new ideas. And with that in mind, wiggle your fingers and toes and circulate your favorite feels around your body. What do you like to have in your life? Love, joy, bliss, truth, beauty, abundance, health. Swish good feels through your bod. No one really taught us how to do this for the most part. Good. Now, arms up to the ceiling. Stretch your arms up. Extend your arms over your head. And gentle Sunday writhing, just a gentle Sunday stretch on the floor. And a mild Mona Lisa smile on your face because you got the goods on Leonardo. Feels good to writhe, doesn't it? Writhing's one of our favorite things. Good. Draw your knees in for some knee hugging and back rolling. Okay, that feels good. It seems like it's time to sit up and to begin doing nothing in a different way. Whew. My beautiful Sunday friends, it's great to have you. The intention, the purpose, the prayer is all about remembering who we are, calming, letting any disturbance of the mind settle so that our natural state of being, which is bliss and joy, can rise to the surface. It sounds almost crazy to say that our natural state of being is Sat, Chit, Ananda, love, joy, and bliss, because that seems distant or alien to us, but it's only because we've wandered away. The signal is always being sent. So for just a moment, we'll sit in group sitting, eyes closed. And we're a group of like-minded souls breathing together the same air. Common prayer, common purpose. God, love, source, being, infinite, higher organizing presence, whatever you like to be called. Bless our gathering today. May we be reminded of our true nature, and may disturbance of our mind be quelled so that the light of reality can shine through us. Amen. And one great way to connect is chanting, and we'll do an Om together. You're muted, so you can go at your volume, of course. Inhale. Feel that. It's okay to relax. It's okay to let the spinning plates drop for a few minutes. Why are we engaged in so much activity other than to be joyful in any given moment? We could do that now. Now I invite you to say a prayer or intention for yourself. Please take 30 seconds at least and ask or seek or aim for the thing most wanted or needed in your life right now. Beautiful. Now, as that comes into your life, how will you feel? Wiggle your fingers and toes and circulate. Would you feel relief? Would you feel gratitude? Would you be exhilarated? Would you be enthusiastic? Would you be soothed? Circulate the answer to your prayer in your nervous system. It'll come in quicker. Good, you guys. And we'll start moving together. Just simple joint juice. And don't worry, there'll be lots of restorative. Inhale up. Exhale behind your back. 4 of those fun poofs that we do. Poof. No particular movement is special. In alignment and sequence, they are exceptionally good for us. I think my kitten will be out here shortly. He's going to make a guest appearance. He's currently killing a part of a tree that he brought in. Ouch. Okay. Now, if you've seen the movie Avatar, sometimes the big blue lizards, they sit in their tribe and they just kind of go around in a circle. I'm wearing a blue t-shirt, and you can't see my tail right now, but I'm wearing my avatar tail. Just going around in a circle with the tribe members. Nobody's judging nobody else. Everybody is in support and in love of the other tribe members. 6, 7, 8. Now, as you might imagine, it does go the other way. It goes around this way. And Sunday's not about the size of the pose, S-I-Z-E. It's about the S-I-G-H-S. It's about the size of the pose. So size matters, S-I-G-H-S. 6, 7. That's a nice movement, isn't it? People would be happier if they did stuff like this more often. Now I'm going to switch the cross of my legs. And I'm going to take my right fingers to the back left corner of my noggin and draw my noggin to the right. I'm going to drop my chin. I'm going to close my eyes. And I'm going to see if I can settle into this very present moment here. My mind really likes to jump into the future and try to figure everything out. If only I could figure everything out, then I would be safe and I wouldn't have to worry anymore. And how about just stop worrying? By the way, you're free to feel bliss at any moment during the proceedings. You can be unusually happy for no reason. Okay, let's bring pumpkins back up. Left finger's back right corner. Tilt situation left. Drop your chin a little. Soften your mouth. Drooling's okay. Drooling, for me, drooling is a compliment. Shoulders relaxed. Mind disengaged. Standing on the back of a whale, fishing for minnows. Okay, my beauties. Now click noggins back up. And we'll just take our head around about 6 times. And 1, 2. What a good day to do Sabbath yoga with your friends, rainy and gray, and good day to be inside, warm with your friends. 5. Switch direction. Thank you, God, for arranging the 2 best weather days of the year for my retreat last week. Super grateful. Sorry for those people who are there right now. 4, 5, 6. Now, did you know letting your head hang down was a yoga pose? It's called Jalandhara Bandha. You don't force your head down. You keep your spine tall, shoulders relaxed, eyes closed. This obvi stretches the back of your neck. And if it makes sense, if you understand, make ujjayi breathing. That's a type of breath work. You make a little scratchy, whispery sound at the back of your throat by dragging the breath along the glottis. It's calming, it's soothing, it creates a nice white noise. As we untie the binds that hold us down, the buoy of our soul just naturally floats to the surface. Isn't that a nice thought? You don't have to push yourself up to heaven. You can be drawn up. Okay, kids, now just easy forward fold. If it was Saturday, I'd come all the way down and I'd show off how flexible I am and nobody cares. But I'm just going to come halfway because halfway is interesting to me. I'm like a full way kind of a guy. I want all or nothing. So medium, mid ground, middle space, content. There's a yoga word for contentment. It's called samtosha, contentment, acceptance. And another definition I like, enough. I've got enough. Of course, I want more. Of course, I want the answers to all my prayers and my destiny. But right here, right now, I've enough. Relax your head. Perhaps cultivate a feeling of holy, sacred, and reverent. Relax your shoulder blades apart. Come up, my friends. See how easy? Can it be this easy? Connecting with source, spirit, God, love is simple. It isn't always easy because we've complicated things. Pull back on your buns after switching the cross of your legs. And the price is right. Come on, halfway, kids. Now you can decide whether you want to go a little more than halfway or a little less than halfway. I'm going to, of course, give you perfect freedom to find what fits your body. How does your skin suit need to fit today? I notice for myself, really hunching my shoulders forward. I must be thinking about something in the future that makes me hunch my shoulders. So I'm going to relax my shoulders into the present moment. What a weird place to be. Relax your hair. Think of all that your hair has been through, those perms in the 80s, that bad color job, that Groupon haircut you got. Just relax your hair. Okay, now come up a wee bit, and walk your hands over to the right. Yeah, over here. It looks different over here, doesn't it? Fold over your right thigh, keep your left bum down, shoulders relaxed, head soft, mind quiet. You're going to start getting joyful and blissful just because you are. Inhale here. And the pause, walk over to this side in a smooth and rhythmic fashion. You might notice your right hip want to lift, so keep it grounded. Chest aims down, shoulders away from your ears. Don't wear your shoulders as earrings. Drop them. Feel your feels. What's going on inside of you? Get acquainted with thyself. Inhale. On exhale, saunter. That's a nice word. Saunter back to the center. Saunter to the center. Center to the saunter. Ooh, I like moving my arms with my friends. Arms up. And arms out. Arms forward. We did some of this on retreat. Some friends hadn't done it before. It's called Bodhaka, and it's a rhythmic, synthesized movements of the arms in a beautiful, beautiful sequence. And plus, we brush the side of our body, which has esoteric implications. I won't trouble you with those. Just experience them. I'd rather eat the food than study the menu personally. I've chewed on a few menus before. Good, now bring your paws into your side. Oh, my cat's bringing me a piece of cellophane. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, that's just dropped it right there. Can you believe that? Go. Does your cat bring you toys? Now push out with your arms. Now I have to play cellophane trash game for go back here. This is the key back here. Brush for, oh, really? Right in my lap? Right in class? This is Loon E. Binns. He's about 3 months old. He was discovered in the snow, if you haven't met him. He was a rescue cat. He rescued me. I was in grief over the loss of my cat, and I had promised never have another cat ever again. And 4 days later, I had a cat. Circle back. He's a miracle cat. He's also very rambunctious sometimes. Good. Now, arms up. Push your paws up. If he gets out of control, I'll put him in timeout. Now, waddle on your butt cheeks. We're not the most serious of yoga groups because we say things like waddle on your butt cheeks, because those really stiff, austere yoga groups that never smile, that's not really, I mean, more power to them, but that's not me. Turn right, left hand, right knee, right arm behind your back. Look around behind you. Look back toward your past, and if you ever do that, only see the best. See how it's unfolded into the perfect picture. Every tragedy and triumph has elevated you. Somehow, some unusual way. Inhale here and release. It doesn't make the tragedies any more easy to go through, but we can remember when we are going through them that a strange sort of promotion is taking place. We switched the cross of our legs. We laced one finger over. It's like holding hands with somebody new and different, exciting. Arms up. Stretch, you guys. If you want to reach the moon, you got to stretch for the stars. We saw 3 UFOs on our retreat, and then I looked it up online, and satellites do fly in formation, so there appeared to be an answer. Still might have been aliens. Turn left, right hand, left knee, left arm behind your back. Close your eyes. Now this is a squeeze. We're squeezing out painful patterns of perception, stinking thinking, crazy ideas, survival strategies we don't need anymore. Or, as it's said far more beautifully, we can't put new wine into old wineskins. If you're in recovery, please translate as grape juice. Inhale here. And release, my friends. Good job. Inhale. Exhale. I'm going to my original cross. Okay, we're going to chant Om again. And before we chant Om, I do want to mention there's a reason I extend it out a long time. There's a lot of science around the physiological changes that happen when you're able to exhale for a longer period of time, how it changes your psycho-emotional state. So it's not just a contest how long I can go or how long you can go. It doesn't matter, except in relation to you. Inhale. Feel that. Nowhere to go. Nothing to justify your existence. Nothing you have to earn to get your love. By the way, another great aspect of oming is that it opens up our throat chakra, which is called Vishuddha chakra. This is the chakra between the head and the heart. And when the throat chakra opens, it opens our voice, our ability to speak the word, our ability to say who we are and declare our authentic nature in the world. And so some of us have had difficulty with saying and speaking the word, but keep up this kind of practice and your voice will become authentic, genuine, and real. That's been my experience. Beat your heels of your hands together. It's a yoga energy point. And then try this, brush your fingernails together. This is a form of acupressure or acupressure. It's also really good for your hair and your nails. Now take these heels of your hands into your pockets, your front pockets. And I just want you to I want you to mush and smush a little. They're your hips. I'm smushing and mushing. I'm pushing and smushing and mushing. What does this do? I don't know. I kind of like it though. I like it. Good. Now, as you push down, make your shoulders go forward, up, over, and around. Forward, up, over, and around while you're pushing down while you're going up. That's extension, isn't it? Maybe you can straighten your arms. Maybe you can't. Either way, the angels and God love you so much. Range of motion is not a deserving factor of love. It makes you feel better in your body, that's for sure. Good. Now I'm going to push down and I'm going to lean forward. I'm going to try to straighten my arms. I'm going to push deeply into my own hippies. We're stretching our wrists at the same time, right? You did know that. Okay. Relax that. Now make this shape of your wrist. This is palmar flexion, it's called. It's actually called palmar flexion. Now take the back of your hands into your pockets and stretch your wrists and smush your pockets. You have little packets of mustard and ketchup in your pockets, and you want to make them go squish them. That's a weird metaphor. I am the king of weird metaphors. Good. Now back up, over, and around. This is self-care, isn't it? You got to pay attention. You got to feel. This is shoulders, it's hips, it's wrists, it's rhythm. It's what it is. Now this time, as my shoulders go over, I'm going to try to straighten my arms, drop my chin, break my wrists, squish my hips, cool my jets, and get my silly mind out of the future, because everything is always working out for us. Good, friendly friends. Now we get to extract our hands from that. And now everybody's favorite. I know a lot of people show up on Sunday just for this. If your NutriBullet is ever broken, you can just put your food in your stuff and go. Other way. Maybe you could tickle your mate or your husband or your spouse with this. Chase them around the house with this. Wow! Do you chase your spouse around the house a lot, very much? Shake your hands. I do. Married to my kitten, we chase each other screaming a lot. I'm like a zebra on the savannah. He catches me and fells me. Flippy flops. Hella fast or hella slow. What's your speed? Cup your hands at your beautiful heart. I'd like to invite you to feel the answer to all of your prayers. Also, think of all the prayers that you've asked that have been answered. That's a nice prayer. Thank you, God, love, source, being, infinite, higher organizing principle, for all the prayers that have been consistently answered and for all the prayers lined up. Amen. Be willing to hear the still small voice in between all them thinkings. Okay, friendly friends, extend pins out. Don't worry, we got a couple nice restorative poses coming. But first, it's good to get our bodies uncongested. Now, I do have big feet, I have to admit. So I'm stretching open my feet, extending my arms up, stretching up, rooting my legs down. There's Laura's cat, that famous Odin, comes to every single yoga class, always wandering by. And relax your hands down. Now, a very important pose so that lots of ecstasy fits in your spine are back bends. This is a good back bend for most humans most of the time. The higher you lift your butt, the more you extend your spine and the more ecstasy can flow through your channel. All right, and come on down, feet together. And I love reflexology. I love it when somebody will massage my feet, but sometimes I have to take matters into my own hands and massage middle, center, bottom of my feet with my thumbs. Self-care, self-soothing, getting to know yourself. Isn't it amazing how compassionate and kind we are to other people, but sometimes we just forget about ourselves? It's crucial that we love and honor, affirm, and cherish our very own selves. Good. Now hold steady pressure with your thumbs in the middle, center, bottom of your foot. Close your eyes. This is heart, lungs. This is how we might release any accumulated anger, resentment, grief, sadness, fear, worry. I'm not dismissing or denying the legitimacy and necessity of these strong feelings when they come up. I'm just asking that we don't hold on to them forever. Let the kaleidoscopic emotional climate change. Good, good. And come on up. Pump your under part here. Try to find some rhythm and some balance. Now I'm going to lean to this side and straighten my right arm. I'm going to lean to this side and straighten this arm. And then over the weeks, months, and lifetimes, you'll be able to straighten both arms one day as your knees push all the way down. If it's not happening yet, just be grateful for everything that hasn't happened yet. Or as George Carlin says, if you had everything right now, where would you put it? Okie doke. Time for some of our world famous on the back work. That almost always requires a blanket for our neck, unless you're just spectacularly flexible like my teacher. But for us mere mortals, I got a blanket underneath my neck. And what always wins the Academy Award for most famous pose is Yin Happy Baby. It's incredibly calming if you set it up properly and make sure that your neck is supported. If you can't grab your feet, grab your ankles. If you can't grab your ankles, grab your knees. If you can't grab your knees, there's still hope for you. And boy, have you found the right class with the perfect teacher. I'm not much, but I'm all I think about. Your chin relaxes, your butt finally lets go. Do people say about you that you're kind of a tight ass? This is going to resolve that. They're going to say, oh, that person's really chill. They're relaxed. They're easygoing.
After a while, our knees will hit the floor, shoulders will be down, the buns will be relaxed. Now swallow once, make sure that channel is relaxed. And then you start to get bored, and then you start to get distracted, and then you want to look at your iPad. Then you get mad at me for keeping you in the pose for so long. And then it gets good, and you thank me that we did it for longer. And then you get mad again, and then you want to check your iPad, and blah, 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 blah. Do you get what your mind does? It never stops. But you can find the part that is always still. Okay, release the feet up. This is called Viparita Karani. It's great for circulation. Legs stay up for about a minute. If your legs fatigue and need to come down, that's okay. The yoga police are not watching. God and angels are watching, but they're pretty forgiving. Just do what you can. Probably 99 point something percent of the people on the planet never move their body around in any sort of systematic sequence of healing, relaxing, circulatory movements, because we're very silly creatures. All the other animals do their things. They take their baths, they go to the swimming hole, they're always moving. Okay, take your legs out just a little ways out to the side. Stir your ankles, one. Make the biggest, liveliest, friskiest circles you can with your feet. 5, other way, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, I know this can be a troubling pose, and if you just visit it for a moment and get out, that's okay. But you have to ask yourself, if I can't really do this for very long, I've lost some of my buoyancy and strength in my legs. So just hang in there. If a leg falls off, probably good just to get that out of the way, get it reattached. Okay, that's all you got to do on Sunday. Now roll up, kids. I have to back up, otherwise I'm going to sit right on my computer and it hurts. Okay, you ready? You ready for some good stuff? We're gonna do some ups and downs to get our Shiva Shakti energy gushing through our spine. Couple more. Good, now round up into your best cat. My cat's judging me right now. He's holding up a scorecard. It's got a 3.8, but that's out of 10, so I don't think he's happy. Round your spine up. Good, sink down into cow. And then, speaking of animals, slide out into cat, butt high, chest out, arms forward. If you're a super bendy person, go all super bendy. If you're stiff as a boiled owl, then you won't be for very much longer. Okay, come up. Right arm out to the side. You can't see it. Here it is. See it up here?
Now bring it under so that your right shoulder and right ear come to the floor. This is how they used to find buffalo out on the plains. They'd listen for them. Left arm up and tuck your left arm behind your back. Now, if your face is being smashed into the floor unpleasantly, keep your left hand on the floor to press and just moderate a little bit. And if this pose is coming along, this is called wheelbarrow. Somebody's wheelbarrowing us along, and you're just like, okay, whatever. The booty's high, spine is twisty, neck is stretchy, face is smashy, feet are groundy, life is groovy. Now, believe it or not, this pose is a prayer. We think of prayer as putting our hands together, but it could also be getting down on your knees and twisting your spine and smashing your face. And this is a hieroglyph of the soul. Receive what it offers. After a while, this pose sinks in and it feels very balanced. At the start, the first couple of years, it feels, technical term, it kind of feels like crap, but you just get better, calmer, balancer. Left arm up, kids. Left arm down. Push out. After this sequence, then we'll move into some delicious, drooly, restorative poses. Left arm out. Left arm under. Left shoulder, left ear. Keep your right hand down if you're not altogether delighted. If you are altogether delighted, right arm up, and then tuck that right arm way behind your back. And if I lose that 10 pounds, my right hand will go inside my left thigh again, and everybody will like me, finally. Okay, right arm out. Come out of situation. And one more pose, and then we're going into a concluding sequence of restorative poses. So this next sequence has a very aggressive iteration. We're not going to do that iteration. We're going to do just reach back, grab a foot. If you can't, get a yoga strap and grab the other foot. And just rest on your right ear. For most people, in most places on this planet, laying on your belly, grabbing your feet is sufficient. And what I want you to do is I want you to let your crotch relax. Rather than having your butt cheeks squeezing and your groins pulling up, I want you to gently kind of smush the pubis down into the floor and let the center of your body relax. You can push your feet away and stretch your shoulders a little if you want. Now the other ear. Now, if you want just the smallest bit more, slightly lift your chest. And this is Dhanurasana or bow pose. And release your feet. And come out, my friends. Now, just for the hilarity of it, walk your hands forward, knees back, and I just want you to undulate your undercarriage around, groove your bottom. It's Sunday, and you never know what could happen later, so swivel them hippages. Other way. A lot of people could use some of this kind of movement. You know people like that. Good. Now from here, the whole class came out of the pose and they, with an overwhelming vote to the teacher, they said, yo, bro, let's do some restorative yoga like you promised. And I agree. So I'm going to grab one of my famous green bolsters. If you don't have a yoga bolster, I will give you one because you're my loyal, friendly students. I will give you a bolster, but you have to come over to my house and drink coffee with me. So I'm putting my bolster out in front. If you're sad and don't have a bolster, you can use blankets or pillows like that. Now, take your knees over to the left. Now I'm sliding my right hip into the bolster. I'm putting my right hand on the bolster, yes. Now my legs go behind me. I cross my ankles. I turn my chest back to the front. I push into the bolster with both hands and I lean back. Ooh, I like that feeling. It stretches my guts. My right hand goes over on the right. My bolster goes a little to the right. This emblem on my t-shirt that says run. I'm turning my run down to the bolster and I'm laxing on my right ear. And we're going to be in this pose for about 3 minutes. So I'm going to try to be quiet, relax, twist, squeeze. And as is the case with all yoga poses, you do the possible, God will do the impossible, and submit yourself for healing, restoration, recovery. Relax, it's okay. You have a safety net underneath you. We can't feel it if we don't let go. Good. Now, this is fully optional. I want to squeeze some more painful patterns of perception out of myself. I'm going to lift up, going to smooch a little more to the right with my upper body. And don't do this if you don't want. I'm going to come down to my left ear because I want to squeeze migraine headaches out of my existence. Guy, hi, guy. Hi. Okay, now if you were silly and went to your left ear, go back to your right ear. Pull your hands in by the side of your chest and come out extra, extra slow. One reason for coming out extra slow is that a murderous kitten has shown up with his favorite toy, which is called giraffe leg. Now slide out of this pose. All I can say is that you are lucky that you are not that toy. Oh, that was a good twist. I'm feeling mildly ecstatic. Now square up your bolster. I'm willing to feel fully ecstatic. Sit in front of your thing. That's some good teaching. Now let's do the other side. What do you say? Take your knees over to the this way, the right. Slide in with your side of your cheek. Left hand on the pad. Fold knees, ankles behind. Cross ankles if you're bendier than average bears. Pull heels into bottom. Now push into the bolster, mermaid pose. Turn left. Now put your left hand over here on the left because it's your left hand. Maybe turn your bolster a smidge to the left. Aim your t-shirt down. And I suggest sensible people come to your left ear. About 2-3 minutes. Submit for a good squeezing. Go to the cosmic car wash and be wrung out. Unless you think all of your thoughts and attitudes and opinions are perfect. Hi, baby. Hi. Hello. Relax. Put the oars down. You're going to get where you're going. Now, if you'd like to squeeze out a little extra, fully optional, I'm just going to come up. My cat's in the way. I'm going to come down to my right ear. Is that a good idea? I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. I've learned a lot from them. You decide for yourself. Can you imagine getting to heaven at the end of your life and you're having your life review and your claim was, I didn't make very many mistakes. I was pretty cool. That's not going to be me. Okay, if you were silly and went to your right ear, go back to your left ear. Pull your hands in. Come out like molasses out of this. Oh, okay, I've gone from mildly euphoric to medium euphoric. Now, we have one more pose. It's going to be about a 10 to 15 minute pose. You can do it as much. I hope you stay for all of it. But before we go into it, I want to mention very quickly the spiritual principle, and that is, you may have heard the story of the prodigal son, kind of wandered away from the house, made a bunch of mistakes, bad decisions, So I was just kind of speaking of that. And that was one character. There was the older son in the story. He didn't wander. He didn't leave. He stayed home. He was really good. He obviously didn't make a lot of mistakes, but he was kind of, how shall we say, snooty, arrogant, superior. So it's okay to make a lot of mistakes in this life as long as we are willing to turn and head back home. So with that in mind, here's our finishing extra delicious restorative pose to conclude. Now, you may not have a slidey reclining chair nearby with magic sliders on the bottom. I got them on an infomercial. I got some steak knives at the same time. But you might have an ottoman. You could slide over to your couch. You could bring you could bring your giraffe foot. Class attendance is way up since I got a kitten. There, go get that. You could use an ottoman. You could use two of your bolsters. Now, the thing about this is, now what? Well, you're just going to lean forward into it. I'm just kidding. I would not do that to you, probably. Now, I've got one yoga blanket. I know you have yoga blankets. I'll give you one if you don't. And I folded up a blanket into a restorative fold. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to scooch in with my bottom, escuchen, por favor. Now my calves are up here. Now my booty is light and buoyant and lifty. Then I lie on my back. I lift up bum, and this goes underneath my sacrum, not my kidneys, not in here, so my butt drops. I want my booty lifty. I just had a butt lift. Now my kidneys can relax. My arms go flump. I grab my eye pillow. And we're in the pose for 8 to 10 minutes. And contractually, I've been consigned to being quiet during Shavasana so friends can absorb the beauty and the glory and the power of the practice. I'll see you in about 8 to 10 minutes. Drink it up, my beautiful friends. You've earned it. By the way, this should feel fantastic. Okay, my beautiful friends, stay nice and relaxed. In fact, I invite you to relax even more. We're staying in the pose. And this is from the Church of Greg. It's our Sunday ritual. If you'd like to invite God, love, source, being, Buddha, Krishna, infinite higher organizing presence into yourself, now's a beautiful time when there's a blending of soul and spirit. So I'll give you a moment to do that. It's always a choice. You get a God of your own understanding. But whatever that God is, so to speak, invite more of that in. Good. Now, if you prayed that little prayer with me, wiggle your fingers and toes and circulate a big, fresh serving of feel God through yourself. Of course, that's love, joy, bliss, peace, harmony, wisdom, abundance, truth, beauty, fun, interest, exhilaration, enthusiasm. There are a lot of good words for it. It's a feeling. Circulate it through your body. Nice deep breath. When you're ready at your pace, curl onto your right side. Take your time. Rest on your right side. Love and approve and affirm yourself. Now, with our eyes closed, to keep the vibe on the inside, we'll sit up together, connected at levels we can feel and levels beyond our wildest imaginings. We are so much more one than we are separate. And we reassemble ourselves on the floor. Our spines are taller, our bodies fit better, our brains, our minds are quiet. Our head bows in reverence. Our hands come in together in holy, sacred, and worshipful. In connection, all the mighty Sunday yogis, we all say, Namaste, Namaste.